Tyre Nichols' brother says he hopes 5 officers involved in beating die. Deceased Tyre Nichols' brother, Jamal Dupree, told Fox 40 Sacramento that he hopes the 5 officers accused of beating his brother to death during a January 7 traffic stop die. Tyre Nichols' brother, Jamal Dupree, said he hopes the 5 Memphis police officers accused of beating his brother to death during a January 7 traffic stop die. "You want my truth? I hope they die," Dupree, who lives in Sacramento, California, told Fox 40. Memphis Police Department officers initially stopped Nichols, 29, for reckless driving on January 7. MPD said in a January 8 press release that after a confrontation ensued, Nichols fled on foot. The 5 officers who pursued him allegedly beat the 29-year-old to death, violating multiple MPD policies. Nichols died 3 days later on January 10 in the hospital. On January 20, MPD announced the termination of the 5 officers involved in the incident for violating multiple department policies, including excessive use of force, duty to intervene, and duty to render aid, MPD Chief C.J. Davis said in a press release at the time. All 5 were hired between 2017 and 2020. Releasing Tyre Nichols' video on Friday evening could lead to violent weekend protests, experts say. Deceased Tyre Nichols' brother, Jamal Dupree, told local news that he hopes the 5 Memphis police officers accused of beating his brother to death during a January 7 traffic stop die. Deceased Tyre Nichols' brother, Jamal Dupree, told local news that he hopes the 5 Memphis police officers accused of beating his brother to death during a January 7 traffic stop die. Fox 40 Sacramento. The former officers including Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills Jr. and Justin Smith turned themselves in and were each charged with 7 counts, including 1 count of second-degree murder, 1 count of aggravated assault, 1 count of official oppression and 2 counts each of aggravated kidnapping and official misconduct. They had all been released from jail after posting bond as of Friday morning. Tyre Nichols' mother urges peaceful protests. "I don't want US burning up our cities. It doesn't really mean nothing at this time until they're actually found guilty for the actual charges," Dupree told Fox 40. "There's a good chance they can walk free from this." Tyre Nichols, a 29-year-old black man, died 3 days after being severely beaten by 5 Memphis Police Department officers during a traffic stop on January 7, 2023. Tyre Nichols, a 29-year-old black man, died 3 days after being severely beaten by 5 Memphis Police Department officers during a traffic stop on January 7, 2023. Scott Olson. He noted that his brother's last words were screaming for his mother, and they didn't care. Dupree's comments came before MPD released police-worn body cam footage of his brother's beating death. MPD is expected to make the body cam video, which Attorney General Merrick Garland described as deeply disturbing, public around 7 p.m. ET on Friday. Leading cities across the United States, including Memphis, Atlanta, and New York City, to prepare for potentially large protests beginning on Friday evening and continuing throughout the weekend. Tyre Nichols, Memphis police body cam video of traffic stop is appalling, attorney says after review. The Justice Department's Civil Rights Division also opened an investigation into the incident on January 18. Nichols was a FedEx worker, a skateboarder, a photographer, and a father, according to Crump. Nichols was a FedEx worker, a skateboarder, a photographer, and a father, according to Crump. Scott Olson. As this is an open investigation, we are not able to provide additional comment or release further information at this time, U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee Kevin Ritz said in a statement at the time. Nichols was a FedEx worker, a skateboarder, a photographer, and a father, according to Crump. He loved his son. Everything he was trying to do was to better himself as a father for his 4-year-old son, the civil rights attorney said. Audrey Conklin is a digital reporter for Fox News Digital and Fox Business. Email tips to audrey.conklin@fox.com or on Twitter @auditpants.